Peaches, what is up? Today I thought we would do a who is more likely little challenge with me and Dustin. I looked at several different lists of questions and I pulled some of the ones that I thought would be the most fun to answer. I'm afraid we're going to go through this really quickly. Doesn't know the questions.
Doesn't know them.
Doesn't know. I obviously know the questions. Luckily, it's been a day or two since I've written them, so I've forgotten most of them. We have to start with an art project.
Well, even if it's a short video, that's fine.
What we're going to do here, we have handy dandy paper. I'm just going to rip mine and then write your name on one and my name on one.
Okay.
So I'll read a question and then you'll hold up whoever you think is more likely to.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'm going to put mine over to my side so Dustin doesn't know who I'm going to choose.
Okay, me too.
Question number 1. Who is more likely to forget to text back? Yep. 100% you.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm pretty good at texting you back, but don't text anybody back ever other than Sarah. Sometimes
if somebody asks Dustin a question through text message, it'll be literally days later, and I'm like, did you text that person back? And he's like, oh, no.
No, I did not.
Who is more likely to listen to classical music? I said classical with a G, but classical music.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
This is going to be a really quick video. Why do you think I am more likely to?
Because I can't foresee a situation where I would, other than if I'm like writing or doing something where I have to have, like I'm typing or something.
Something without words.
Something without words I have to listen to.
Yeah. We used to listen to classical music in my art class in high school. That was all we were allowed on the radio and I loved it every day. Who is more likely to live in a big city? I thought this one was an interesting one because I have to explain why I'm answering how I am.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh. Okay, so I think Dustin, not because I think Dustin wants to live in a big town, but because I think Dustin would totally do better in a big town. City is what I meant.
I think you would do better in a big city.
I don't think so.
Because I don't think I would want to do that ever.
Yeah. Dustin, I think, could adapt better than I could. Like, living in New York is very appealing to me, but actually living in New York and like that many people and things makes me, I think, too anxious.
I think you would be drawn to it before I ever would be.
Yeah. Who is more likely to be the best at math?
No, I'm terrible at math.
Dustin's lying.
No, I'm terrible.
Dustin's lying. What kind of grades did you get in high school?
The worst was always math.
And what was it?
I don't even remember.
Yes.
I probably got I probably got B's, but.
Who's more likely to always be happy or positive?
1, 2.
You can't look at my answer.
I didn't.
You can't look over here. Sneaky.
I didn't.
Who is more likely to do weird things in public?
What does weird things mean?
Think like something that would be maybe embarrassing. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but barely.
I thought about telling the library story, but I won't.
Okay.
Who is more likely to have weird phobias?
Yeah. That one was easy. There's certain words you can't use around Sarah. There's certain places that if she touches on a person's body, doesn't like them.
Or on my
own. Or on herself.
Yeah.
I
have sensory issues. And what's I think funniest to me about that is that it isn't always like that. Like, sometimes Dustin can touch the back of my heel, my Achilles heel, and I'm like, fine. Sometimes he does it, and I'm like, don't want to be here anymore.
The other day, she turned around to kiss me and kissed my nose, and then I thought she was gonna just fall over. Just completely seize out.
Sometimes it just gets me.
Yep.
It doesn't? Does it just smell like a Tootsie Pop? You want to taste?
No. It smells like a Phantom. It smells like a Dum Dum. Remember those?
Mm-hmm. What do you mean remember those?
Do they still do those?
Yeah.
I haven't seen one in years.
Who's more likely to get into a fight?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's true. I'm violent. Who's more likely...
Well, let me tell a story on that. almost any time that something happens at a store or a restaurant or something that's frustrating, neither one of us do anything, but Sarah very much talks a big game. So she's definitely more likely.
I'm more likely to. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is more likely to cry because of a sad movie? I said me. Now.
I said you as well. It depends on what it is, but I've only cried once.
You don't cry, but you do. Sometimes I can tell that you're getting a little.
My breathing changes, but I do not cry except for Toy Story 3. That's when I cry.
I got you.
That's it.
Who is more likely to worry about small things?
3, 2.
You can't look at my answer.
I didn't. I keep looking over there. I'm not looking at you.
You don't need to look over there.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Cheater. You cheating.
I'm not cheating.
You cheating. Who is more likely to be a world traveler?
Go. I'm showing the back of mine because it's neither one of us.
Oh. This was kind of like the big city one. I felt like it might be more appealing to me to travel the world, but I don't think I would do well with it.
I don't like to travel for long periods of time. I don't mind traveling, but I get very much like, I'm done, I'm over it.
You're ready to go home.
Pretty quick. You know.
But wouldn't you say that you want to go a lot of places?
Yeah, I want to go a lot of places, but will I? It's like when Jim was going to go to Australia, and then Ryan was like, he eats the same ham and cheese sandwich every day for lunch. He's not going anywhere.
Who is more likely to not shower for a week?
Go.
I just don't feel like it some days.
But not for a week.
Not for a week.
I mean, I guess maybe, but I definitely...
I would be more likely to not for a week.
I can't wake up unless I shower, so I'm not...
And I'm not like that at all. I like to get up and I like to work for, like, my waking up is like getting up, literally getting up, having coffee, doing stuff around the house. I like to wake up for a long time before I shower. And just to be honest, sometimes I get busy with work and then it's the end of the day and I'm like, I don't think I showered today.
Yeah, and I have to start my day with it, so.
Yeah.
Did people submit these?
No.
Oh, you found them?
Yes.
Okay.
We're doing another one later on that is a Q&A, and we're going to be doing an activity that I think is fun while we answer questions.
I thought it was weird that somebody was going to submit who showers more.
No, nobody asked us that yet.
Okay, go ahead.
Which one of you stinks the most?
Who smells the worst?
Which one of you is more likely to laugh at the wrong moment?
3. That's easy. 3, 2, 1. That's me. Always.
I like because Dustin doesn't usually actually laugh though, but I can tell, like if something happens, I would tell a story but it would out too many people. But one time something happened and we were in a very like solemn kind of setting and it was funny what happened, but it wasn't really funny. It was like something that would get you cracked up and you would laugh at an AFV kind of video for, but in the moment you couldn't laugh. And I just remember looking over at Dustin and him being like this, like wouldn't look at me, completely red-faced, and that's how I know.
What was that moment? Oh, right. Yeah, that was funny. Well, I remember one time I was like leading a group of kids around, and one of them did something, and I had to be like disciplinarian about it, and I thought that was like I could not stop laughing because it was like a serious situation, and I had to be serious, and so we like met with a bunch of people, and like I had to be serious about it. Could not do it.
You laughed?
I definitely was biting my lip, the inside of my lip, really hard, because I did not want to be seen laughing, but I had to laugh. And it's weird because it's not, like, there was nothing funny. It was just, this situation requires
so much seriousness.
So much serious that I was like, I have to laugh.
Who is more likely to forget an important event?
Forget an important event.
Thank you.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Interesting. So I don't think either one of us is going to forget an important event. Did I say that right?
I don't know. It sounds
important event.
Important event.
I don't think either one of us will forget an important event, but I feel like maybe I would remind you of it and it's like it had gone to the back of your brain. I don't think you would have forgotten about it. I think you would have just pushed it out and like continued doing what you're doing. And then when I remind you, it's like, oh yeah.
I feel almost like I have so much anxiety about remembering that it's very hard for me to forget. But also at the same time, I have so much anxiety and there's always so much going on that earlier today we have an appointment Monday afternoon and I was like, I know there's something next week to do. So maybe you're right. Maybe I'm more likely.
Maybe. But neither of us will forget anything. I like a social engagement. I don't think it's possible for us to forget.
Who's more likely to forget where they park their car? Every time I go to the grocery store. Every time. By myself or with Dustin.
Where do we park?
Where do we park? I don't know why I can't ever remember that. It's an anxious thing because I think when I leave the store, I'm like, I'm going to walk up to the wrong car. I don't know what aisle I'm in. People are going to start looking at me. I'm going to have to use my car alarm.
I used to have a bright yellow car, and that made it easy. Now I have a white car, and
it just blends in. I will say, because it is necessary,
do it.
When we first got that car, we were parked, and Dustin was driving, and then we switched. I can't remember what happened, but anyways, I was very confident I was going to the right car. I pulled, I did the door handle, and then I was like, that is, like, why would he have locked the car? I came right back out. And then I, looked over just a little bit and saw Dustin in the other car, and he's going, I pulled on the wrong car. But a few days ago, Dustin, for the first time, and now we've had that car for a few months, went to the wrong car.
For the first time ever. I gave Sarah the keys to the car. She went and sat in the car. I took the cart back to the little corral thing in the parking lot, and then just walked back across the street to a random white car and got very close to touching the doorknob before I was like, oh, nope, because the door handle was chrome and mine's white, and I was like, whoop, and so I walked.
That's such a terrible feeling. It's like, I don't know what you think's going to happen, but if I don't know. One time I was at dance class, and this girl came to get in her car after dance class, and she got in our car, our van, and it was just me in the van for some reason. I remember being like,
hello?
It's so awkward that I didn't even say anything to her, I don't think. I think she was just like, this isn't my car, and I was just like,
no.
For all she knows, it was her car and I had just gotten in it. Who is more likely to go bungee jumping? For sure.
I don't know that I ever actually would. I don't have much of an interest in it, but...
between the two of us?
Between the two of us, it's me.
Who is more likely to go ziplining?
3, 2, 1. I actually want to do this one.
You haven't ever done it?
No.
I thought you said that you had.
Nope.
I have no desire to do anything that goes that fast. And really, honestly, I kind of even feel like roller coasters. I liked a lot the first few times I was on them. But looking back, I'm like, was it just because they were so fast that all of my, I was so scared, but it was such a short time that I didn't have time to,
I think you like roller coasters, but I think with zip lines, when you talk about a zip line, there's a few different tiers. There's the homemade zip line. Yeah, I'm not going to do that because you hit the end and then you just flip out and break your neck. But when you are zip lining at a professional establishment,
you should
clipped
be good
in
to go.
And you're good to go.
One time my brother and my cousin and a couple of the neighborhood kids decided to make basically an at-home version of a zip line, and we just found in the woods one of those things, I forget what they're called, but it's a triangle and it has a handle on both sides and you would go across it on playgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
We just found one of those back there and they were like, this will do. So they made me test it, and I fell off of it. And I remember I fell and I hit my back on a rock, and I specifically remember this day because it knocked the wind out of me so bad. And on our way back to the house, my brother was saying to me, you can't tell mom, don't tell mom that I made you do that. And I remember it was just the perfect movie moment. We did not know my mom was outside, and she was like, don't tell mom what? And I was like, who is more likely to go fishing? I love fishing.
I do not like fishing.
Who is more likely to go the longest without eating? Just like the shower. I get in my head and I forget to ever do anything.
I very much, I don't like eating. Fun fact about me,
And I love eating.
I don't like eating. I think it's a waste of time, and if somebody invented a way that you didn't have to ever eat again, I probably would take them up on it. But, having said that, I very much live by, the schedule of,
Dustin eats breakfast.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Literally every day.
Yeah.
I usually don't eat breakfast. I have coffee, and then most of the time I skip lunch as well. Who is more likely to be the worst ninja? Why do you think so?
Because when you hide, you laugh.
Okay, that's exactly why I thought so too.
She tries to scare me routinely and succeeds
No.
very hardcore sometimes.
Yeah, like 2 times since we've been married.
No, more than that. If she succeeds, it's a good scare. But more often than not, she ends up laughing before I can get to her to be scared.
Who is more likely to eat an entire pizza but in one sitting? I know myself.
It's not that I wouldn't eat a whole pizza. I like a pizza.
Yeah.
But I very much, again, I live by that schedule. So if it's lunchtime, I want to make sure that I'm hungry for dinner. So I'm not going to eat the full pizza. And for dinner, I want to make sure that I have room for dessert.
Yeah, I have a really unhealthy relationship with food, so
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I 100% do. I don't eat all day and then I'll eat an entire pizza. That's 100% me. Who is more likely to eat something on a dare? Dustin would never.
I'm
ever.
very picky.
Dustin is very picky. Who is more likely to become a best-selling author?
White card again.
No, that's you.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Because I'm the only one that writes.
Yes. That's a crucial step in writing books, is writing.
Is having written.
Who is more likely to avoid gatherings? I hate going places.
There goes our light, though.
A 1, a 2, a skibbity-doodly-doo. Who is more likely to have an hour-long shower? Dustin showers forever. Even when I wash my hair, I feel like I'm in and out of the shower. Tops like 11 minutes.
I just stand there for the first 10 minutes.
I know you do. And usually in the middle for 10 minutes and then usually at the end for 10 minutes.
Sounds about right.
Your shower consists of bathing for like 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Right. I have a lot of thoughts to think.
Who is more likely to have a nightmare this week? I have nightmares weekly, on a weekly basis.
Can't remember the last time I had a true nightmare.
Really? Who is more likely to never celebrate on their birthday?
Wait.
I was like, are you sure?
Thought I picked up the other card. Anyway, it's me.
Yeah, I really like to celebrate my birthday and I like to for the entire month.
Yes, she starts celebrating at the beginning of the month and goes all the way to the end.
Because I like October.
Yeah.
But who is more likely to order dessert before dinner? 100%. Sometimes just dessert instead of dinner.
Again, the schedule.
Who is more likely to be indecisive over something simple? It's a double timer for me.
I used to, in high school, everyone used to say I was incredibly indecisive, and if they asked me a simple question like, do you want to go to Chick-fil-A after school? I would always say, I don't know, maybe. I would never give a definitive answer.
Dustin still does that. Sometimes.
Never give an answer.
I feel like mine is anxiety fueled in that like I really don't want to make the wrong decision on things, even if it is something simple. And yours I think is overthinking, but that might be an anxious thing too.
Maybe. I think it's more that I just don't want to tie myself down to anything until I'm sure.
Who is more likely to sleep through an alarm?
That's me.
Dustin is ridiculous. This one time we were in the bed, Dustin was already asleep, it was pretty late. I don't remember what was going on, but I had not been asleep yet, and I was looking in like the corner of our bedroom, and there's a mirror that is on like a stand, so it just kind of like wobbles, and there was a literal earthquake, and our mirror like moved and like hit the wall, and it was like all this other stuff. And I remember being so scared because I didn't know what was going on. I remember seeing all this going on, and I was like, what is this? So in the bed, I like backed up really quick and like ran into Dustin and was like thinking he would be scared too. He never woke up ever.
Ow. I also routinely set my alarm, then hit the snooze button without remembering that I ever woke up to hit the snooze button. So I'll wake up and have hit the snooze button twice, but don't remember any of the times.
Dustin hits the snooze fastest than I mean, sometimes I don't even know that your hand moves. It's so fast.
I'm like a frog when a fly comes by and he sticks
You
out his
actually
tongue.
literally are. That's the perfect.
It's like, as soon as it starts making noise, boom.
Yeah.
In fact, so much so that one time I had a water bottle by the bed, and I just squeezed the water bottle really hard.
We know each other pretty good, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be a little bit more controversial in some questions.
Nope.
Who is more likely to go in the kitchen right now and make oven fried Oreos? Who is more likely to be cranky because they haven't had a nap today? Who is more likely to go and play Pokemon the second we're done?
Who is more likely to... I don't know. Who is more likely to not think of one? Who is more likely to crave mac and cheese right now?
Oh, I gotta go make buffalo dip. Well, that's it, I guess.
That's it, I guess.
Hope that was interesting and fun to watch. I feel like we know each other really good. Do you think so?
Yep. Except you went for 2 bumps and I thought you were just doing 1.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow.